Round 4 has begun, folks. We've got a BKC versus the Badger on the screen today. BKC you may recognize. A famous competitive Pokemon player. Actually the number 1 seed in the entire event. A legend of the game. Has his own YouTube channel too, check it out. Actually uncharacteristically lost a set last round. I'll admit it was a pretty unlucky set. It happens in Pokemon. You can't have 100% win rate in this game, unfortunately. Sometimes things are outside of your control. But that's what we're trying to minimize with this Swiss system. So BKC currently 2 wins, 1 loss. And if you get 3 wins, you progress to the next round. We'll see how this goes. The Badger, also the same record. 2 wins, 1 loss. If either of these players win, they're in the next stage of the tournament. Let's see how this goes. We've got a Zapdos versus a Blaziken. BKC going to scout. It's a Rock Slide on Blaziken. Not a common option. Protect is a bit alright. You've protected. I feel like a Protect there is unwise. Not only as a move slot choice on Blaziken, but opening up the possibility of Baton Pass, which is what did happen. Zapdos with HP Ice. Going to do significant damage to this Celebi. Threatening a 2-hit KO from here. Are we going to see a full paralysis? No. But still threatening a KO after that. Actually, Chip Hill's just out of range of HP Ice. Still chooses to exit though. BKC with Tyranitar in on Snorlax now. Unfortunate Rock Slide miss. And Snorlax gets a curse. This could be a problem. The Badger now probably ahead. BKC going to choose to Rock Slide this dude down, try to get flinches. Luckily, it doesn't seem to be Earthquake Snorlax, luckily for BKC. Nice Focus Punch on the second curse. That was kind of smart, because he was almost representing that he didn't have it. Or that he wouldn't click it, and the Badger, in a false sense of security, tries to gain more defense to win this 1v1. Gets a Rock Slide flinch as well. And finishes off Snorlax. Oh, unfortunate mash miss from Badger, but it's neutral because Tyranitar also missed Fire Blast. Wait a moment, that's Fire Blast with Rock Slide Focus Punch? Interesting set. That's an example of how customizable Tyranitar can be. I didn't expect that. Random Fire Blast. I suppose that helps against like Forretress or, Metagross. Steel types. Miscellaneous. And we, of course, have the bulky Starmie recovering up. Celebi in a solid position here, though, going to be able to recover back. Make up for all those HP Ices from before. Leech Seed is very good here, but Blissey wishing up, going to support an incoming teammate. Perhaps heal up this Zapdos as well. Beautiful. Zapdos healthy. And Celebi can keep Leech Seeding, but it's a pretty passive move. BKC has the bulky Pokemon, high-value, greedy Pokemon to take advantage of a Celebi Leech Seeding. Can wish up its teammates, T-Wave the Celebi, switch around. Not too afraid of this. Metagross enters against enemy Metagross. Gonna Earthquake it. They're gonna sort of Earthquake each other. Couple of Earthquakers. Doing what they do best. BKC happy to potentially lose his own Metagross. Gets some good fortune. Fortune favoring BKC a little bit here. In a minor way, nothing too insane. Couple of misses on inaccurate moves, it happens. A full para. You can expect such a thing. There's still opportunity to claw this back from the Badger, potentially. The Badger doesn't have any... I hope that's Dragon Dance Salamence or something that can break through, because... Have we seen the Salamence reveal anything? Earthquake. It probably is Dragon Dance Salamence, so that's one win condition for the Badger that can maybe break through and defeat BKC. BKC looks pretty weak to Dragon Dance Salamence. You do have Blissey to defend against that, the defensive Starmie, but Tyranitar, Zap, and Meta are all very weak to a +1 Salamence. If you can just get a bit more chip. You can maybe make way for Salamence. That should be what the Badger's aiming for here. Just applying pressure to this Blissey, trying to keep it low. A lot of you have said in the comments that you haven't seen Blaziken do very much in this tournament. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's because people are using Blaziken on the wrong teams. I don't think Blaziken fits here over other fighting types. The advantage of Blaziken is that it's a mixed attacker, which is good on, you know... I think it's good on Spike's teams, personally. But this one has like Rock Slide Protect and no leftovers. I don't even know what that... And it's not really taking advantage of Blaziken's strengths, which is the great firefighting stab. The mixed threat it can provide. Blaziken didn't really do anything there because I think it's a bit of a... Maybe a Blaziken set could fit on this team, but a different set. I don't know about Rock Slide Protect. Seems like a waste of Blaziken's valuable move slots. And now Salamence is paralyzed. And the Badger's only hope of victory is now dead in the water. Dying to a Sandstorm chip. And it's a Mag team. Which makes a lot of sense, with Curse Snorlax, DD Salamence, Metagross, and Celebi, all common Mag partners. Honestly, Badger, if you just swap out Blaziken for a better fighting type here, like Heracross, or... I don't even know. Something else that fits better on this kind of game plan. I think that the team would be better. I think people are trying to force Blaziken into teams where he doesn't fit, you know. And that's the problem. You got to play to a Pokemon's strengths, build around them, not just chuck it in without thought. No offense to the Badger. We're all experimenting, learning. But I don't know, I think on physical offense teams with Magneton, Blaziken is not the best fighting type. And we got a Hariyama lead from BKC. BKC is a Hariyama enthusiast, always talking about how good he thinks this Pokemon is. And I kind of agree. I think it's ranked in BL, but it should be OU, to be honest. It's good enough to be OU. That's one of the Pokemon that I think should move up in the ranks. And we got a Gyarados revealed. A semi-uncommon pick, but a solid Pokemon, of course. Blissey coming in on a Mixed Mence Dragon Claw, and the Badger chooses to Brick Break. BKC. There's no sand up yet, so Blissey getting this valuable chip healing. Gonna actually Wish. And Ice Beam. And will now heal this turn. Handling that Salamence. Wow, nice play, Rock Sliding the incoming Gyarados. Well played. Love that. But now Metagross has locked into Rock Slide, revealed Choice Band. So Magneton can trap it because it's locked in, but a Magneton from the Badger counter traps enemy Magneton. This could go either way, folks. BKC looks like he might have issues against this Suicune. A Carmine Rest Suicune could be a problem. That being said, it is knocked off. Or gets Heracross in a very advantageous spot, and... Oh, there's Salamence and Gyarados. That's kind of insane. I was going to say that now that Gyarados is gone, Heracross looks way better, but... Yeah, damn. Salamence able to live the +1 Rock Slide. That's a really bulky Salamence, huh? Or maybe a weaker Heracross. I don't know. Not 100% familiar with that particular damage roll, but... Heracross is powerful. Living +1 Rock Slide is significant there. You do sometimes see this kind of team. Salamence plus Gyarados, double Dragon Dances. Terrible matchup for the Badger, though. Two intimidating flying types against Heracross. You hate to see that. And pretty much no hope for the Badger at this point. Doesn't even look like a bulky Suicune, which is what you need here. And lacks last. Could make it happen, I suppose, but doesn't love taking this Brick Break. Nah, I don't believe it's doable. I'm gonna say not doable. Very controversial from Jim. Not even a Rest Snorlax here either. So limited health, gonna drop to this hidden power. This one was kind of an unfortunate matchup for the Badger. Probably hoping to face a Skarmory. But BKC with a Mag offense of his own. And two Pokemon that can handle Heracross. Many ways to handle every other threat. GG's. BKC has now progressed, to nobody's surprise, to the next stage. The Badger is now 2 wins, 2 losses. Still, if the Badger wins one more set, they progress as well. Many more chances. I'll see what you get up to next round, Badger. Well played. I would have probably lost to BKC myself, I'll be honest. And thank you to the donors. Appreciate all your support, folks. We're closing in on 3,000. Can we do it? I believe we can. See you later.